to do it will still end with that foot soldier. The American soldiers will not come in here and fight our battles for us. They're going to assist us, and then our soldiers will end up doing it. So the foot soldier is still at the end of the event chain. And the foot soldier has just made a statement some days back by turning against his commander. Read my lips. People, Nigerians, are sabotaging our efforts out there.
Why? Which Nigerians are those sabotaging these efforts? Are they within the security apparatus?
All over. Within the security apparatus, within the political machinery, all over. The reason is simple. Those boys can be tried for mutiny, but then the commander has questions to answer too. It's unacceptable that the custodians of our defense as a people will do that, but then something added up to what they did.
What do you think added up to what they did?
Those boys are being shortchanged.
How do you mean shortchanged?
They are being shortchanged. Their welfare is not being addressed. A lot of things are not being done. I once said on this forum that our armed forces has all it takes to do this job properly, but they are docile. They are docile because something is not being done that they need. Let me give you an example. Way back when we were children, our parents made sure we had the best they could afford. I once had an experience. I went for a party, and there was this particular pair of canvas shoes that were in vogue, and almost every kid wore that. I didn't, nor did my siblings. My dad took us right out of that party to a supermarket, kitted us with those shoes, and took us right back in, and we blended and had a nice time. You see, those boys need to have better toys to fight with. They don't. Those boys need to have better living conditions while they are there. They don't. We can keep running away from these things, but then events will prove them eventually, just as the mutiny did.
How bad is this situation? Because it sounds like a fundamental problem to me. How bad is this situation? And do we have proof?
Well, as bad as, and as proofly, if I may put it as, to make the soldiers shoot their GOC.
How will this affect the search?
The search itself, as I told you, is going to, at the end of the day, rest on that foot soldier.
Are you saying that it might take us a longer time to find the girls as long as we have this situation?
I hope not. But if you get what the experts from the United States and the official who made a presentation to the Senate said, to the American Senate said, he said, our government is not backing the state of emergency with the required, intensity they should. Now I tell you something, the government may be backing it, but then that is at the government level. What about at the operational level? There are a lot of things we need to put in order through the defense ministry, down to the armed forces. Like that, it keeps going down to the last foot soldier.
Okay. Mr. Ekhomu, let's stay with that thought. Someone made a presentation to the U.S. Senate. Let me see if I can find that name, the exact name. A Miss Friend made a presentation to the U.S. Senate and said, security forces have so diminished in capability that they are currently afraid to even engage Boko Haram. That's what she told the U.S. Senate. It says that the corruption in the Nigerian security machinery is as it is in the political system, from the top to the bottom. Would that affect, shall I ask the question, would that affect the search for these girls?
Well, I think the statement by Ms. Friends is, a typical the stereotype that the West has of Nigeria.
Right.
And they are always very uncharitable in their comments. They consider that all Nigerians are corrupt. And well, now they've extended it to our military, that the military is also corrupt and all that. And so they're just very uncharitable statements. They are not substantiated. They are not backed by any evidence.
But the evidence of the I mean, foot soldiers shooting into the air in front of their commanding officer.
That's no evidence. The people were just upset that there were loss of lives. Anybody's entitled. It was an emotional response to the situation, and anybody's entitled to an emotional outburst. Now, perhaps that means they need better training, because as disciplined officers, they probably should not have engaged in that conduct, and that's why they're going to be tried or at least sanctioned for their misconduct. So that's no evidence that there's corruption in the Nigerian military.
Is no evidence at all, or is not evidence, not enough evidence?
There's no evidence. Look, you are in a tactical environment. You are in a theater. You walked into an ambush. Unless let's not get into ambush theory here. You walk into an ambush. It depends on the design of that ambush. You know, for you to get out, you got to be extremely lucky. I've been ambushed. I was ambushed recently in October. You know, so I know what it is when you walk into an ambush. So we walk into an ambush in a tactical encounter, in a projectile encounter. You know, you really don't know how it's going to pay off. The odds are always in the favor of the guy who is, you know, who mounted the ambush and the kind of firepower they are bringing in.
What if you have better firepower than the person that mounted the ambush?
It doesn't matter, because they put you where they want you.
That's right.
They put a plug in, and then they put you in a kill zone. And you know, when they take those shots, man, you, like I said, it's only luck, and perhaps if you like grace of God, that you can get out of there. So let's not make it about the tactics. The point is, anybody can be ambushed, and I told you, I gave my personal example. Anybody can be ambushed, and I was ambushed recently. And you walk in there, the initiative is with the ambusher. So what I'm saying is, something happened. We took casualties. We've been taking casualties all along since this thing started in 2009. We've been taking casualties. We took casualties, and the people were upset that look, this casualty. This perhaps they thought
too much.
Yes, too much, or maybe it could have been avoidable or whatever. And but you see, but the kind of reaction, I think those soldiers were really very indisciplined, because that reaction again plays into the hands of our foreign detractors, who are saying now that, oh, they don't even have the will to fight. That's not true. Not the Nigerian soldiers I know. Never been a soldier, but I know our troops. They are very well disciplined. At least I've been in that Jaji. I know the kind of people I see there. I know the kind of people I give lectures to there. They are disciplined. They are serious. They are professional. So they do not, it does not portray the kind of, picture that's being painted here. So no, I do not agree that the corruption, the so-called corruption in the whole of Nigeria, there are still a lot of not so corrupt people here. Yes, I mean, some people are giving us bad names because their corruption is well publicized and so on. And then certainly in the military, I think that is one institution that we still have to agree is still working well, unless you're not close to the military. The military is still working the way it's supposed to be. It doesn't work like the rest of the country, really, like some other agencies.
Okay,
so I think that's my take on it. That,
well, if you could just hold the thought.
The corruption is not an issue here. It has nothing to do with it. The point is, I think we have to understand that despite the emotional content, that we got to find those people where they are, wherever they are being held.
All right, just hold your thoughts.
And then we got to rescue them.
Let's take this call from Owerri. Hello, Ralph.
Yeah.
Could you please just lower the volume of your TV set so we can hear you well?
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Leot and friends. I've been following the argument of my friend on the right. Is it the retired captain? The man on the left? Is it your left? Let me check. Your left or right flank?
My left.
That's your captain, whoever there.
Umar.
I don't know why. Yes, that gentleman there. I don't know why Nigeria has not invited that young man to get his expertise. I've lived in the U.S. for more than 15 years. I've worked with several firms and security, whatever. We need this guy. We need his intelligence. I'm not trying to say that I don't know him from Adam. I'm sure he doesn't know me. I've listened to him with Chamberlain and Co. I've seen his level of reasoning and contributions. Even the worst demon in Nigeria would tell you, I'm not talking about God now, that what happened among the soldiers, he has sabotaged. That people are sabotaging this. Let me tell you, a lot of people are feeding from this